Hungrybox needs a ton of coaching in this matchup. He's been playing against top-level Peaches for a long time. And it looks like we are ready to go Battlefield for Game 1, and already Hungrybox putting on the pressure.
All right. So we see Mafia's game plan. Probably somebody told him you need turnips to kind of fight the space. But Hungrybox, you know, going and invading his space right away, so he can't play the turnip game.
And already just lots of abusing Puff's gigantic bear hitbox, and already Hungrybox just not allowing Mafia to have any breathing room, and he can't pull turnips. He's been in his face the entire time.
Yeah, he's playing very oppressive because if you back air fade back, Peach has no counterplay to that other than wait and hopefully find a good read. And he gets a first kill right there already, only taking 9%.
And you know what? We can't even say how fast of a stock it was because they didn't turn the timer on.
Uh-oh. Well, this isn't going to go to 8 minutes, but hopefully one of them tells him, hey, you got to put the timer on. We got to play Yoshi's story, you know. We got to know where Randall is.
Right.
And so finally gets some breathing room from some turnips, but doesn't capitalize at all.
And I like that mini fade back that Hungrybox did, knowing that Mafia was going to throw out a nair on recovery. And so he baited it out and was able to dodge it and punish with a little bit of a fair. So just that tic-tac, if he just adds percent up slowly and gradually, it's going to work in Hungrybox's favor by a long shot.
But overall, these trades aren't really working out for Mafia. I think one of the advantages Peach has is that she can live a really long time, but like a traded nair from Peach, you know, can kill Puff kind of early. But he's not getting any hits.
Yeah. Oh, and that's twice now we've seen Hungrybox do that drill confirming the grab. Really underrated. And look at him going way up there. He's looking. And that's going to be another up air kill.
And it makes perfect sense. He has no penalty for attacking and extending like that because Peach can't do anything.
Right. Yeah, I like the aggressiveness by Hungrybox in this game 1, and he's already opened up a 2-stock lead. Oh, that's going to do it.
So those nairs can effectively kill Peach Puff decently early. I wouldn't say it's like a fox killer, but it gets around 120.
One of those little baby fairs when he was coming back in. I love that. Hungrybox just really not relenting whatsoever, and the perfect spacing around these aerials by Mafia. And caught his landing with the up smash. Hungrybox is just all over Maf to start off game 1.
And the key thing is he's just staying outside the range of the hitboxes. And that's actually a true combo.
Yeah.
The drill, if you get the last hit, you have enough time to get the up smash, and we saw that confirm into a kill.
Yeah, Hungrybox he's on another level right now. As Homemade Waffle says, there's just levels to this game, man. And Hungrybox is currently on another level. And
Mafia is trying to get something working, but every time he goes in, Hungrybox is fading back just enough to get out of range, and as soon as Mafia throws out something, whiff punished by Hungrybox. So you can see him just navigate the microspacing phenomenally well here. If you want to learn spacing, look at how Hungrybox is just standing outside the range of Peach.
Yeah, and just over and over it, basically resetting Mafia, forcing the up-Bs, and a commanding 3-stock by Hungrybox.
So at this point, you know, I would favor a Yoshi's or a Fountain of Dreams.
Yep.
There's no bans. I don't, you know, if you play Dreamland, you know, he has more space for turnips, but I don't think he's going to be able to win the exchanges to kill Puff, you know, enough.
Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, for you guys at home, everything here is best of 5. All of top 24 is going to be best of 5. So as Tafokin said, no bans, and we are going to Pokemon Stadium for game 2.
And these are good crouch cancels here because if he did not, he would have gone rested right after.
Yeah, and did it back-to-back, too. First on the up tilt and then on the short hop up air. So that was super great defensive play by Mafia to avoid a very easy rest setup for Hungrybox.
And that's one thing you won't really notice by watching high-level play is how they get out of combos in situations because they're always making the right decisions. So you're like, oh, like, this matchup doesn't look bad, and then you play it out. You don't know the defensive options, and then you get comboed to death against a top-level player. So we see every time Mafia tries to make some semblance of an approach, Hungrybox is just fading back every time.
And so something that Mafia hasn't done on any of his stocks so far, at least, he hasn't varied his when he's in free fall versus when he's in parasol. And because of that, Hungrybox has just been able to go up there with up airs, with back airs, basically perfectly predict where Mafia is going to go. That's going to, never mind, at 117. Oh, and he caught it too, just for fun.
It's a lot more of a game. You know, the first game, Hungrybox only took 9% on the first stock.
Oh, reads.
And that's just some really good spacing for option coverage. He stays to hold stage position, but at the same time, it covers that option of roll in.
Oh, when you see that, just he knew that Mafia was going to go for the shield grab and got out of there super quick. He did miss the dash grab of his own, but just these little things, man.
And overall, Hungrybox just winning every interaction right now.
And even when he power shields the drill, still gets that grab stuck in shield stun a little bit too long. Oh, got him twice.
Alrighty. Let's see what he can get off of it. Hungrybox rolls out of the corner. And that's something you have to pay attention to as Peach. Roll is a really good option because of Peach's kind of horrible horizontal mobility. That's something you have to be actively reading because most players know, like, oh, I can just roll away from Peach.
Yeah. Oh, and that should... Oh, so he didn't get the last hit, just the first two. And because of that, Mafia was able to get his shield up and avoid getting that up smash. But that one...
Yeah. Mafia trying to read Hungrybox's movement. We saw a preemptive up smash, hoping that Hungrybox was going to come in, but Hungrybox was at the spacing where he could just react.
Ooh. So he caught him. He was trying to jump away, maybe looking for a fade back in back air, and because he was holding that the control stick straight out to the right, killed pretty early. Oh, but you know, in this matchup, it's not that bad to go for these rests at early percents because Peach really doesn't have that strong of a damage builder, right? You don't have Fox lasers in an early kill. At 49%, we saw Mafia just throw a turnip up and charge a down smash, and he got 20% off.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good risk. You can be a lot more liberal with making rests because even if Puff's at like 80 to 90, we normally think that's a kill percent, especially against a Fox, or even like Sheik's up smash. But what does Peach really do to confirm a kill even at higher percents on a missed rest?
Oh, and then Nair out of shield, barely beating out that up smash. Mafia's still alive for the time being.
He's going to have to put in near perfect spacing for the rest of the match. Good Nair, beating out Hungrybox to the punch. And overall, counter pick, you know, doing decent, but once again, Hungrybox getting away with another grab on Mafia's shield, has position.
And there it is, the shield poking on the last hit, getting another up smash confirmed. However, yeah, a much closer game. So, do you think he goes back, or I think the Yoshi's counter pick makes a little bit more sense?
I mean,
here.
I think he had space to get turnips. It wasn't really, he didn't perform super bad. I mean, there was that rest, that early percent. But it was a two-stock game. It's tough to say. He's hovering over Fountain. I don't disagree with it, but at this point, the set kind of seems like a far grasp to win.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, he takes some notes. Maybe this is a multi-tournament conditioning where he kind of just figures out, like, what does Hungrybox do in certain situations. But he is finding ways to get turnips a lot more consistently, whereas we saw the Battlefield game, and he was turnip being way too close, just like we saw there, where Hungrybox is going to be able to punish immediately.
Oh, and great patience by Hungrybox, knowing that Peaches have a propensity to go for down smashes on those low platforms because it covers a lot of ground, but just sitting right underneath it, jumps up and rests. And
that was a huge call out.
Yeah. And he got no real punish either. He did the down air, and Hungrybox smartly DIing up.
Yeah.
He got out of that, no follow-up.
Just good game sense there not to take the extra 15% from an air. And that's the one impressive thing, is that Hungrybox's defensive game has gone marvelously better in the past year. It's really hard to combo him. It's really hard to follow up. And even when you put him in a bad spot, he finds ways to get down without taking as many hits as he used to. So you see the roll?
Yep. Both of them just kind of rolling around looking for something, but just patience. Hungrybox hanging out on the platform, and that charge up smash. Look how quickly Hungrybox got down there to punish. Yeah. What a reaction. And
the thing is that's amazing about Hungrybox, and this is just general high-level play, is that whenever they see their opponent's whiff, they are close enough to punish it.
Yeah.
And that's something that newer players and like less skilled players don't do very well, is be able to punish anything that's remotely laggy because they're too far away. Hungrybox is just close enough to do that. Oh, I thought that was going to kill.
Yeah, not quite.
The high ceiling of Fountain of Dreams.
Yeah, that was a big, you know, every time you can just stay alive and maybe pick up a little bit more percent. Oh, and he just gets him with the tip. Oh, and great patience by Hungrybox waiting out the toad. So the huge risk reward there, right, is if he does go for a back air there, then it connects with Toad and he's allowed to come back. but it's really laggy if it doesn't connect. So that was good stuff by Hungrybox to punish.
And that's just good spacing. It's the positioning to set up for success where you're just close enough to punish anything. If they throw out a button, if they push buttons, I want to punish you.
I love that Hungrybox is just catching the turnips just for fun. Oh, great fake. It looked as if he was going to take ledge, but sneaks out a back air. And still, Mafia has not done any sort of dipping in his up B, and because of that, Hungrybox has just been able to throw out aerial after aerial and put up a ton of percent.
And overall, it's just abusing Peach's lack of mobility. So if you ever want to see, if you're a Puff main, just watch where Hungrybox positions himself before an interaction happens. And that's one of the most important things that most people don't realize about Melee, is how you create the pre-interaction.
And right now, Mafia on his last stock, potentially here in winners. I mean, like you said, this might just be a sort of, at this point, you know, collect some data, get ready for your next set. Because getting 2 stocks and then beating Hungrybox twice on his counter picks is a momentous task for anyone, let alone someone sort of as upstart and on the come up as Mafia.
Yeah. But let's see if he can make a game of it double fair.
There you go. That might be like one of the first turnip nairs that we've seen this entire set.
Okay, he's positioning a little bit differently right now. The back air, you know, pretty meaty from Mafia, from Peach in general.
Ooh, dot eyes. And that nair to go through the active turnip hitbox was super smart by Hungrybox. Even though Mafia did get a catch, he wasn't able to hit him again.
Big combo from Hungrybox by Peach Puff standards to get 4 hits. And this looks like Hungrybox is kind of sealing it at this point. Mafia's going to need to do a lot.
Oh, again, twice Mafia coming in with down air and unable to get any connection to Hungrybox. He goes right underneath it, dips back up, and then gets him with the back air.
All right. It's going to be hard for him to get stage back. One of the big things is you need stage position, but Hungrybox has all the control.
And he just throws the forehead out in full force, gets it with the dash attack, and a 3-0 for Hungrybox.
And Hungrybox guaranteed top 8 now, so he will not be coming back for 2 hours. Mafia in the land of second chances, where he can potentially win the next match for top 8.
Yep, and there's Hungrybox's coach right there in the center of the screen, Captain Crunch, Liquid Zone.
So good stuff to Hungrybox. Good run by Mafia, still has a second chance. We got more matches for you.
Yeah, so I don't know which one we're going to have next, but